Loved all the changes that they made. These are a serious contender for me to run the Chicago Marathon in. All right, so I'm back down at the Rails for Trails. This was not my intention today to be here. Instead, I was planning to run at my local high school track today, which is why I have the Adios Pro 4. I'm doing a little bit of speed work. But I got there, and today is the first full day of school for the kids. So running on their high school track when it's so busy, first day of school, I'm not going to do that today. So I decided to come back down to the Rails for Trails, and these are not necessarily ideal shoes for some of the conditions that I'm going to be running in today, which is mostly, you know, gravel, that kind of thing. But we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. I decided not to stop home and switch shoes. Had I known I was coming out here to begin with, I would have grabbed a different pair of shoes for sure. But these are going to work. They're going to work. It's not the first time that I've run on gravel and shoes similar to these, and you know, even though these don't have any lugs to speak of, anything like that, I should still be fine to get the workout in today. So the workout for today, as I said, I'm going to do some speed work. So I'm going to warm up for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to go at my threshold pace for about 8 minutes, take 2 minutes to recover. I'll repeat that 4 different times, and I'll cool down 10 minutes afterwards, for a total of about 55 minutes, somewhere around there, 55 minutes to an hour, something like that. I will likely run in that direction today, and it'll be basically a half an hour or so going in that direction. I'll turn around and finish the workout coming back towards my car. All right, I got to put my shoes on and do a few leg swings. My hip is bothering me a little bit. So one of the things I do want to talk about is, you know, I had intended to run this workout yesterday. As many of you know, if you've been on the channel for a while, Kim and I watch our granddaughter Isla Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays typically. Some days, like today being Thursday, we'll have her this afternoon as well. But when we're watching her, I try to get my workouts in during her nap time. And so to try to run a speed session during her nap time on a treadmill, that's just not ideal for me. I have a hard time doing speed work on a treadmill that I own. It's a budget-friendly treadmill, so doing, you know, intervals and things like that is a bit of a challenge for me. So I wanted to run this workout out on road conditions, and so that's why I didn't run it yesterday. Otherwise I would have done a little bit of speed work yesterday. Today would have been a recovery run. Tomorrow being a Friday, I would have taken off, and then probably an easy run on Saturday, building up to my long run on Sunday, which is going to be a different format this time than what I've been doing in the last 2-3 weeks. So you'll have to come back on Sunday at least to see what I'm doing on Sunday. All right, enough about all that. I'm gonna get my shoes on and get into this workout. All right, let's do it. Okay, so I'm gonna do a quick gear check. So as I mentioned, I got the Adios Pro 4 on my feet. I'm wearing some Puma socks, 2x2 compression half tights. Let's see, a Nike Bank of America Chicago Marathon run shirt, and my Nathan hydration vest with an A6 run hat. Of course, I'm using my Garmin Phoenix 6. One of the things that I mentioned a second ago is this workout is that I'm going to be trying to get up to my threshold pace. Well, how do you know what your threshold pace is? Well, I don't have the opportunity to go in and have it tested, you know, through a sports med clinic, something like that, where they might put you on a treadmill and have you, you know, run for a certain period of time and test your blood level for lactic acid, that kind of stuff. I don't have that. and I'm guessing that you probably don't either. So I'm going to use Garmin's prediction for my lactic threshold pace. Now, it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it at least gives me a place to start. And Garmin has had my lactic threshold right around close to an 8-minute mile pace. So not super fast, but we're rebuilding our physical fitness here. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And that's about all the faster I want to run today. I might be able to get up a little bit faster than that. We'll see. But if I go a little bit slower than that, that's okay too. Health-wise, my left foot, which many of you know I broke early in the spring, has been slow to heal, but it's feeling pretty decent. The only issue that I've been having lately that's been, causing me some pain points is bursitis in my right hip that I struggle with. So running an 8-minute mile pace today for threshold for basically 32 minutes of hard running. That's about all I really want to do. Again, if I get up there a little bit faster than that, that's okay. If I go a little bit slower than that, that's okay too. I like to take the pressure off. I just want to do the best that my body is going to let me do for today. All right, enough about all that. I got to get my Garmin set here. I'm going to switch over to where it says run and give it a chance to connect to the satellites, and then I'll get into the workout. I'll take you guys along with me so we can chit chat a little bit along the way. All right, let's do this. All right, so the first one is done. 3 more to go. I think it went pretty well. One change I did make is I warmed up for 10 minutes instead of 15. And that's just because I felt like I was warmed up and ready to go. And I didn't necessarily need that extra 5 minutes. So I got 2 minutes to kind of recover, get a drink, and then I'm going to do that all over again. All right, I got to get a drink. All right, so 2 down. As you can see, I'm walking in between this interval. I'll probably finish it out that way, walking between each. Just give myself a chance to catch my breath, get a drink, that kind of thing. I think it's going pretty well. When I glanced down at my watch, it looked like I was running a little faster than I expected, but that's okay. As I said earlier, they go a little faster, a little slower, it's all good. But it looked like I was running right around 7:15 minute mile pace. So knowing that, on the way back, I'm probably going to slow it down. So just because I don't want to run the risk of injury either. And like I said in the beginning, my right hip's been bothering me. So I think that's probably a good plan. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll find out at the end. All right. I only got a few seconds left, so I'm going to take that opportunity, get a drink. I'm going to actually turn around and go back in the other direction to finish this workout out. All right. Let's get pointed in the right direction here. All right, time to get a drink. Definitely got to get a proper drink. It is so much nicer out here today than it was the last time I was out here, which was for my long run. It was so hot and humid. When I got to this point, and I still had a ways to go to get back to my car, honestly, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to make it. I was so tired, and the heat was getting to me. Today's a little different story. It's much, much cooler, number one. And number two, it's a lot shorter distance and time. And number three, the shoes. Now, I haven't talked about the Adios Pro 4s that I'm running in today during this run. I did a review on them earlier, and you can check that out if you like. But man, they're something. I love them. I absolutely love them. Loved all the changes that they made. These are a serious contender for me to run the Chicago Marathon in. They are so nice. Just so nice. What I like about them is once I get into a rhythm, it's easy, it seems, to maintain that rhythm. And I was concerned about being out here on this gravel, but surprisingly, I haven't had any issues. So no lugs, no troubles today. All right, I gotta let you go because I only got 20 seconds left. Whew. And then I've got the last 8 minutes to go, and then 12 minutes or so to my car from there, and then I'll check in with you when we get back. All right. Whew, time goes fast. All right, so this workout has come to an end. My VO2 Max workout with 8-minute intervals, running 4 of them with 2 minutes to recover in between time. So Garmin says it's productive. All right, so we'll take that. 7.31 miles in total, 59 minutes and 5 seconds on average, in 8:05 minute mile pace. And that's everything all rolled into one. My the times that I walked, my warm-up, my cool down, all that kind of good stuff. All right, so that is it. That's it for today's workout. So I've got probably an easy run that I'm gonna do on Saturday. So tomorrow's Friday, I'm gonna take tomorrow off. And then Sunday, I am going to introduce a little speed into my long run. So my long run won't be as long as it has been. It'll be about an hour shorter, maybe a bit more. So it's probably gonna be about an hour and a half, something like that. But for the first hour, I'll run an easy pace, 9-minute mile pace, something like that. And then for the last 30 minutes, I'll try to pick up the pace significantly more. See if I can't go 30 minutes at, I don't know, maybe my 10K pace, something like that. Actually, probably more my half marathon pace. 10K might be a little too quick at this point for me. But maybe my half marathon pace. And I'll have to look to see what Garmin predicts that. And I'll use that as a guide. It's not an absolute, but it'll be a guide. So that's the plan. That's the plan for Sunday. Easy, hour, 30 minutes, half marathon pace. So a progression run, basically. Now, because it's going to be on Sunday, I will likely go down to my high school track. Even though running on a track for an hour and a half is not the most exciting, what it affords me to do is to have a bunch of water on the wall. I wouldn't necessarily have to carry my hydration vest. It has my phone and my drone, all that kind of good stuff that I mentioned many times before. So I think that might be a good way to go. And I could, if I do that, have on the Adios Pro 4s again, or maybe I'll put on the Alpha Flies. Maybe I'll put on the Alpha Flies and test those out. See how they do on the track. We'll see. You'll have to come back on Sunday and find out. All right. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed making it for you. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Woo!